Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Tight Cycling. Today we're gonna do the figure 8 reverse in Watopia as a badge hunting slash warm-up ride, aiming for a solid zone 2, maybe some slight efforts into zone 3. Because I want to use this also as a warm-up for a race that I want to do later today. Which one it's going to be, I haven't decided yet. There are essentially two options. One is the Team Electric Spirit, which is a 5-kilometer race in Nyokyo. Very flat, but the problem there is that the C category where I would naturally start in is there's only one person who signed up, and that's me. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure if I do that. Let me just get a little bit better in screen. And the alternative is TT that is on City and Skur, which is 9 kilometers, but looks brutal. Yeah, so I haven't quite decided yet what the best option is. I will see if anything changes on the how many people signed up. If there is, then I might just jump on the one that has more participants. The other thing is, I was briefly considering doing the Team Electric Spirit in the B category, because 8 people signed up and it's pan flat. So yeah, I think I might be able to stay with the Bs at least for half the time, maybe even a little bit longer. So yeah, those are the things weighing on my mind. So I'm not 100% sure yet what I will do. But yeah, I got on the bike a little bit late. Simply because I was watching a live stream of Nathan from On the Rivet. I'll put the link in the description below. Really cool guy out of Australia, and I actually had a race with him once, and it just so happened that I saw he was commenting or writing in the chat that he will put this video on later. So I looked him up, and the videos are really, really nice. And he really puts it all out there. 100% effort. Very nice to see. Also, the stream is set up very, very nicely. So it's very easy for you to follow. He has like multiple screens showing the race from different angles. Using Source for Zwift as well, which helps finding like how big the gaps are between groups, where the best locations are to hide in order to maximize draft. Yeah, I highly recommend you check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Yeah, he seems like a really cool guy. So we'll definitely try to catch up on more of his videos because they look very entertaining, especially the live ones. So yeah, it feels like fully immersive. You being like right next to him when he's competing. He just did stage 3 of the race Scotland, and that looks like a brute. Actually, the time trial that I was considering to do later is on City and Skur, which is the big climb that is part of the Maculin. You do that twice, one from each direction, and it looked brutal, man. Yeah, not quite sure if this was a good advertisement for me to watch his race right before I have to make a decision on whether or not I should go on this ride. But regardless, very well done. He essentially lost the main group, I think, on like I don't know if it was the first or the second climb, but on one of those climbs he lost the first group, but then actually fought with a group of 3 or 4 for an extended amount of time and finished very strong in the mid-20s out of, I think, 150 starters or so. So yeah, chapeau, man. This is something that I don't think I can do, especially with those 2 climbs in there. And then there's also the Clyde Kicker in Glasgow, which just, robs you of your remaining power. Yeah. Anyways, so well done, mate. It just looked awesome. And yeah, really looking forward to seeing some more of your videos soon. So now about this ride here. Yeah, I'm trying to do a warm-up, as I said, for one of those 2 races. The earlier one starts in an hour 10 and the other one in hour 15. And yeah, so I was hoping to get one of those rides in. I picked a short one here at 30k. Has still, I think, 250 vertical meters, but should be possible to finish in time without exhausting ourselves. I was actually aiming it to be like a zone 2 ride at maybe sub 2 watts per kilo, maybe 1.7, 1.8, if need be 1.9, but yeah, to just take it really slow and warm up the muscles for some later action. So now I'm a little bit afraid that maybe the video is not centered, or that it's either too high or too low, but I guess we have to wing it now because I can't check that now while I'm biking. So fingers crossed that the angle is not too awkward. Anyhow, so far we are doing 1.9 watts per kilo and the heart rate is in the bottom of zone 2. But yeah, we have also just been on the bike for like 10 minutes. So warm-up is not quite done yet. Anyways, so as per usual, I will be a little quiet and speed up the video if nothing really happens. And yeah, and then whenever we hit like a landmark, a climb or a sprint, then I will slow down the video and talk to you again. So see you in a bit. All right, that was a very short one, but we're actually approaching the KOM, the Zwift KOM. We are doing this in reverse now. So yeah, apparently we have done that before, but no attempt to beat our best time whatsoever. Just trying to keep heart rate and power steady. So catch you in a bit. Okay, so as you can see, there's only 1K left on this climb. And yeah, so it doesn't sound too brutal, 2% over 2.4K, but yeah, I'd rather have it like very steep and short than like this 2-3% for, you know, some kilometers. But yeah, so this one is not too bad at all. And you can see that we have already done 100 vertical meters, and that means that there's only 150 left for us to do, which makes me believe that time-wise we'll be okay. Anyways, I'll pedal along here and get back to you once we hit the KOM. So, only 130 meters left to the KOM. As expected, we didn't beat any of our previous times. Absolutely fine with me. As for the power, we are now at 1.8 watts per kilo. We have been in zone 2. Now we just dipped back into zone 1. So far, easy peasy. So let's just take this descent here and see where we go next. Yeah, as you can see, 1/3 is done. 10 kilometers we have finished, so 20 to go. And we're here in Oceans Boulevard. Yeah, which is always a very, very nice view. Even with the, water reflection here on the asphalt, just looks stunning. Anyhow, again, not quite sure where we will go. Oh, look at that, dolphins here on the right. Yeah, not quite sure where we go next, but that's one of the beauties in like batch hunting, or batch hunting. You can use it as a recon. If you ever have like a race on either this route or parts of this route, you just go back to the video, check it out, find some areas where maybe attacks would stick, or some areas where you have to be really careful because others might want to attack. You know exactly where the climbs are. Yeah, all of these kind of things. So I actually do now more and more go back to videos if there's a race on a route that I have done before, and try to see how did I feel there, how hard was the climb, because yeah, that it's easier than to navigate in a race or under race conditions where you have very little time to think. So if you think a little bit beforehand, so you're not only going to be reactive but proactive, ideally, then you might have a better chance of, maybe not quite winning, but at least you're finishing better or higher up than you would have otherwise. Anyhow, all right, so let's see where we come out and what's going to be next. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay. So we have done half of the distance and actually half of the climbing. So meaning if we continue with the same power, we should be done in just over 1 hour, which is perfect because then we have a couple of minutes to get ready for either of those two races. I just looked and it still seems as if the first one, the Electric Spirit, has now like 10 participants in B and only me in C. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure if I should do that. Because yeah, the alternative is the TT, but that also looks very brutal. Probably around close to a 20-minute effort, full blast. Not quite sure what to do, but hopefully we'll come up with some idea at some point. But yeah, I kind of lean towards the B category race now, simply because it's very short and the TT is on for this whole week. So I can always do that at some later point. And it's a TT, right? So it doesn't depend really on how many people are out there. It just depends on how you feel, how your legs feel, to put down a good time. But there is stage 3 of Race Scotland that I would definitely like to do this week as well. And that actually looks like a brute. So I might need to do that maybe on Friday or Thursday or something. I don't think that I can do anything else other than a proper warm-up. But yeah, anyways, we'll see. All right. So it seems like, I don't know, there seems to be a sprint coming up. Or no, we actually just passed it, sorry. So this looks a little bit like a windy road. So maybe there's a little bit of climbing ahead. But let's see where this route takes us. So I hope you're enjoying this pedaling along with me and watching this video, watching me sweat. And yeah, if you do, please feel free to, send a like, a little YouTube write-on. If you were on Zwift, I'm pretty sure you would hit the write-on button. So why not hit that thumbs up? If you want me to do like any other courses, or maybe focus more on races, or please let me know. I promise I will respond. I promise I'll take your considerations, or I take your suggestions serious, and they take them into consideration. And yeah, and why, if you're already hitting some buttons, why not just subscribe as well? That would really help. Anyways, enough of that. Let's go back to pedaling and yeah, enjoy the ride. I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, so here we go through the start-finish banner again. Hopefully picking up a useful power-up. Feather, 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 feather. Let's see if we are lucky. No, we are not. It's an arrow. But, oh, maybe I didn't use it? Huh. Anyhow, yeah, arrow is also fine. Yeah. Coming up to 19K, so almost 2/3 done. So let's just keep on going, and I'll get back to you in a few minutes. Okay, so we are coming up to the KOM. This is the Zwift KOM, the short 5% and less than a K. So yeah, let's enjoy that. Heart rate is still zone 2, power 1.7 watts per kilo. Yeah, so I'll get back to you once we are near the KOM. Okay, so now we're going through the KOM. Seems like we are beating our old personal best. Nice, I take it. But yeah, it was obviously not a full effort, but still nice if we continue to break some records. Anyhow, with HR we are still in zone 2. The last couple of meters on the climb put us in the upper half of zone 2, but now we're again bang in the middle. So let's just enjoy this this next section here, and I'll get back to you as soon as something else happens. All right, so only 5K to go, and yeah, then we're done with this route. I also just looked at how many people signed up for those 2 races, and yeah, it didn't change much. For the Electric Spirit, they have now, I think, 11 people signed up for B, and with me included in the C category, only 2 people. And the time trial, I think, had 7 people in the C category. So if that stays like this, I'll definitely not do the Electric Spirit in the C category, because if there's only 2 people, then I don't care if you get gold or silver. If there's no competition, then it's worth very little. So I'm thinking, if I go to the B category, then it will most likely be way too hard for me, way too fast. But if I beat maybe 1 or 2 people who are ranked higher than me, then I might improve upon my ranking on Zwift power. On the other hand, this TT is part of a 4-week, I think, TT series. And yeah, I participated in last week's one, and I did it on the first day, I think on a Monday. And I did it twice. Came second in the first one, but only 3 people. And came first in the second one, where it had 10 people. But then I did it for a 3rd time, trying to better my time. But couldn't. No, I didn't, sorry. Because then, as the week progressed, more and more people participated, and yeah, my time was no good anymore. I think I barely made it in the top 20 or 30. Anyways, so it would be nice to continue to participate in this TT series. But I'm also slightly fatigued still, and I'm not sure how well I could do a 20-minute effort, or almost 20 minutes. Anyways, I still have some time to decide, so I'll probably bike here for another 10 minutes, maybe 15, and then I will end this ride and look if there's any news, and if I have any of those 2 races winking at me and saying you should participate in this one. Anyway, so I will continue to bike and speed up the video, and I'll catch you right before we go through the finish line and hopefully unlock the route badge. See you in a bit. And we are back just in time for going through the start finish banner and hopefully unlocking the route, getting the route badge, getting the XP points, and yeah, then we'll probably continue a little bit because I still have like 20 minutes. Probably like chug along here a little bit more to keep the legs spinning. But yeah, so that was about the figure 8 reverse in Watopia. Nice little loop, 250 meters of climbing over 30k. That's not too bad. That's something you can easily do in an hour. We took a little bit longer simply because there we go. Figure 8 reverse done. We took a little bit longer simply because we, took it a little bit slower today. It was a perfect zone 2 ride. Heart rate never went to zone 3. It's still bang in the middle on zone 2. 1.7 watts per kilo on average. Yeah, absolutely fine. Yeah, I really love this route. Hope you did too. If you go on this route, best of luck. Hope you have lots of new personal bests on this route and that you enjoyed as much as I did. Anyways, I just want to say thanks for watching. I know you could do something else with your time, but much appreciate that you decided to try to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something or you took something away from it. If you did, again, please do consider sending a like and or subscribing. Leave a comment if you like to see something else, or if you like me to go on other routes, or just to say simply hello. That's also fine. And yeah, with that being said, I'll leave you with this. Ride hard, have fun, tight. So tight cycling out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.